Downtown Dayton. There's the farmer's market. Dragon's Field over there. That's the farmer's market, open on the weekends. Fresh produce and everything in there. It's like a flea market, but it's something else. Pretty cool. Dayton Dragon's Field coming up here on the left. Dragon Ballpark over there, down the road. Coming up on Riverscape. Right over there is where Samantha Ritchie, her 6-year-old body was hid over there by Mother Jolynn Ritchie that lived in that brown house right there. They killed her in that basement. I'm at Webster and Kiwi. And the Kroc Center, you see that sign right there, the Kroc Center? That's Ray Kroc Center. Down there, they do a lot for the community. But Ray Kroc is the guy that Michael Keaton played in, the founder from McDonald's. They actually mentioned Dayton, Ohio in McDonald's. One of the first McDonald's was actually here in Dayton. It wasn't the first one, it was like the second or third one. But the Kroc Center really does a lot for the community. We're going to pass it here as soon as I go through this light. And that house was Habitat for Humanity house that was rebuilt from nothing. That was a dump. And they rebuilt it and made a half a double out of it for people to live in. We'll see the Kroc Center. This is a very long line. I'm probably going to hit it twice, actually. Good old Dayton, Ohio. There's a lot of videos out there that people walk around and they, you know, Dayton hoods and stuff like that. But this is my hometown, and I like it here. And I've lived all over the country. And I like it here. I feel more at home here. There's the Ray and Joan Kroc Core Community Center for the Salvation Army. You know, again, Michael Keaton portrayed him in the movie The Founder, because he's basically the ones that ripped off the McDonald's idea and took over their company. But it's over there. And they've always had a spot in that area. And that's the Ray Kroc. There's Aramark. They provide everything for the jails. I've done a lot of work in that building over the years. I'm coming up on Leo and Webster. This used to be, this mall here used to be General Motors. A GM plant. I'm coming in the hood of North Dayton. And this is my hood. North Dayton. And that's one of the biggest companies here in this neighborhood. A lot of people work here from this neighborhood. And BEHR. I'll take a quick trip down the street here and show you guys something. If it's not, I don't think it's a one-way street anymore. Let's see. Well, they just took the sign off of it. It's not Deeds. There was a Black Sabbath concert here years ago when they still had Ronnie James Dio as the lead singer. There was a concert here in Dayton at the Hara Arena, which doesn't exist anymore. But they didn't have any laundry facilities at Hara Arena at the time, and Dio wanted some of his laundry done. So his chauffeur was from this area down here. The guy that was driving them was from this area down here. And he brought Dio down here. That used to be a bar called Eisenhower's. But anyways, he brought Dio down here. And this barber studio right here, that used to be a laundromat. Those two used to be a laundromat. Anyways, Dio and a couple of his people did his laundry in there. And then they went across the street over there and drank in that bar all night here in Dayton. Ronnie James Dio from Black Sabbath. I want to go buy something real quick here. A lot of these houses have been bought up by Russian people, and they're fixing them up, making them look nice. This whole neighborhood looks a lot nicer like that. You can tell some of these houses. That's a rooming house right there. It's beautiful. I want to come right here to this street. This old Dodge van has been sitting up right here. He drives it, but it's been sitting there since I was at least 30 years. At least 30 years. That old Dodge van right there. It still runs. He moves it around. He tags it. He drives it every once in a while. But right here, what I want to show is on Deeds Avenue. Right there, 331 Deeds Avenue. Right? That address right there is where Daryl Ferguson and Harley Farrell, Ryan Adams was walking down this street right here, and they came up off that porch, and they came into the neighborhood, and they stomped him and killed him right here, and pretty much killed him right here in the middle of the street here at 331 Deeds Avenue. That's where Daryl Ferguson and Shannon Ferguson and all them came out, and they killed Ryan Adams right over there up against that curb in that house right there. I just wanted to film that. But I'm coming out of the old North Dayton area now. When we first moved from Colorado back to Dayton, we rented a little room in that rooming house right there for a couple months while we waited on our apartment to get done. I'm coming up. This little place right here on the corner used to be called Rosencrantz. My mom worked in there. It was the only place in Dayton where they sold turtle soup that was made from real turtles. It was good, actually. They changed that bakery after so many years. Now it's Baker Benji. Somebody bought it. It used to be the Evans Family Bakery. And this Mexican store right here on Troy Street, don't think that just because you're not Spanish you can't get some good deals on some fresh food in there. They got one of the best butchers and meat departments in Dayton. And the Troy Dairy Food used to be United Dairy Farmers, and it was 7-Eleven before that. That's where a lot of people hang out to meet, get their little drug things going on. And that street down there at the end of this road right here is Mack Avenue. I used to live down there. This drive-through right here used to be owned by Wessendorf, who had this house right here. He had a tunnel that he could get from that house to that drive-through. It's probably still there. And now we're coming up on the area where the tornadoes that came through here a few years ago devastated this area right up past this light. That little field right there used to be an IGA grocery store. It tore it down. It took out, it ended that company there. It took out 7 houses right here. It took out a Frito-Lay company over there. That used to be Frito-Lay. Took out a bunch of houses right here. I mean, it tore this whole area up. But that's our little trip through North Dayton. I'm going back to my side of town where it's a little bit better. A little bit better. And that's it.